Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pwnstar for Hire here, and I have the continuation of this week's Gun of the Week with the AK, and on this episode I am posting up with the silencer. Ooh la la, yeah. I guess I got a few things to clear up. A couple things that I pretty much got to squash that I mentioned in the last video, so hopefully you guys are actually going to listen to what I say in this, because obviously, I learned from some things that I don't want to put in or things I want to change, so here it goes, just to start it off. I will be doing 3 to 4 a week. The default that are always going to be there, for example, will be the silencer will be the first game up each week, and I'll explain more on what you need to do when watching that video. Then it'll be the red dot sight, then the handy dandy, I'll go ahead and I'll put up the holographic third, and then depending on the gun, or anything like that, the fourth will be, I guess, a mystery or totally random. For example, like if it's the MP5, obviously, somebody will probably want to see rapid fire on it. Therefore, that would probably be the default fourth. But on each silence game, on every first game that comes out each week, you guys need to list, because I'm tallying, I'm keeping marks of all the votes. I need you to mention one gun, not 2 or 3, one gun. And obviously, it can't be used before. And I tallied them all up on the first week, or on the first video, on the first day, because I didn't want to wait for days to figure this out. I need to get the gameplays together. So I went ahead and tallied up the votes after, hours of this first video being up, and I came up with the gun for next week will be the TAR 21. And seeing as how it doesn't have any fourth gun in my, or fourth attachment in my mind worth putting up, there's like extended mags and FMJ, and those don't really seem worth making a gameplay for. Therefore, next week will only be 3 videos. But obviously, at the end of each video, I will be announcing the gun that won, and that'll be coming up next. This is the first week, so it's a little different. So next week, the third video, the final holographic sight video, will announce what the gun for the next week will be. So you guys got to pay attention, and you got to vote on the first week, and definitely pay attention to the third one to see what the next week's gun will be. But yeah, that's pretty much the process of how it has to go. You list the name down there. You don't thumbs it up or anything. I keep track of how many people do it. No cheating, no double voting or anything like that. This is not like some BS American Idol crap. You just got to go ahead and you've got to vote and give me your honest opinion whether or not you want me to use it just to see if I do good with it, or you want to see how I use a good gun, or you just want to screw me over by putting the foul on me. Whatever your motives are, just go ahead and do it. Now that this is over, I'm going to hop into what I think about the AK with the silencer. It's sexy. There we go. Game over. It's pretty decent. I mean, it's got a little hop on it, but I really like the gun to close quarters, and a map like Storm could be a pretty damn ideal thing. I mean, it's probably better with the holographic or something, due to the fact that there are for example, in the building I was just up on, it, across the map, distance with a silenced AK is really not the best. And like where I am right now, it's not good to clear across the map. So, you got to pick the map. So it's really hard to grade the silencer for this gun. I'm going to place it at number 2. But on a map like, for example, Favela or, Skid Row, I would always prefer to have the silencer for this gun. And, a lot of this varies per map, so I'm just going to grade them overall, and this is the second, my second favorite, the one I prefer, if anything, and obviously I'd take it over a couple maps, but if I had to pick one overall, it'll be the holographic. It's just mad sexy to me on this game. I don't know what it is, and I'll get into more about what I think when that video comes out. But I was fortunate enough to get a semi-decent thing here together, and this was on Ground War, of course, if you guys didn't pay attention to the last one, Ground War Domination. I believe I go 72 and 11. I was running pretty, decent scores and everything throughout all of this. And I don't know. Next week, I've actually got the gameplays together for next week, and this is going to give me plenty of time to get videos out for you and try to help you guys on what, attachments I prefer. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to be putting those on TDM. Most of them will probably be, 35 kill plus games, 40 kill games on regular TDM. I guess that's pretty good for TDM. I'm not sure. That's kind of common for me. I don't know if, unless it's 40 or plus, it's not a good gameplay. I don't know. You guys got to let me know what you think about it. And I didn't want to put Domination up because for the simple fact that for me to render a video, it takes about 3 hours if it's a 10 or 11 minute video. Now if I put up a 5-minute TDM, that cuts the time in half, allows me to play more, do whatever I need to do, and at the same time you don't have to, guaranteed stay tuned for a possible 30 or 40 minutes a week for the 3 or 4 videos. Instead it's only 15 or 20 minutes, and I think that's, it's not as long gameplay, but it's still effective, and I decided to go ahead with the 579 kill streaks due to the simple fact that when it comes down to it, you basically need to stick to, if you're doing gameplay for guns or attachments and trying to show something, this is a suggestion to everybody that does not do this. I would suggest everybody to put up kill streaks like that. Nothing that controls you, or actually allows you to control it, my bad. Where you pretty much have to, gun or anything like that. Like the AC-130 or something like that, because that takes, I know it stacks up kills and, it puts up a good score, but at the same time, that takes a minute out of the video where you're not, showing them the actual attachment that you're trying to show them or explain. So those will be my kill streaks. If it's TDM, I'll probably be using sleight of hand, depending on the gun, but it'll usually be sleight of hand, stopping power, and ninja. Whereas in this series with the AK, I use scavenger, stopping power, and ninja. And I don't know, that's just what I personally feel is good. I mean, so that's what it's going to roll with. It's going to be a weekly thing, so, depending on what you guys vote for, go for it. Like I said, next week is the TAR 21, and look forward to that, because that's going to be some really decent gameplay, some good games. And you guys got to keep in mind, though, even though you guys are requesting some of these, I might not be the best at these guns, so, you might see some gameplays that are like, a 40 and 2, or a 35 and 6. Yet, I did the 40 and 2 with like the red dot sight, and I did the 36 and 6 with the silencer. Yet I think the silencer is a far better attachment for it. I know that'll be a little goofy, but lobbies, players, everything puts in there. So what I'm trying to pretty much encourage you guys to do is to find your own groove, and I'm just trying to advise you guys on how to play with them, collectively. And I was always a guy that would always, no matter what, use a silencer, because I felt stealth was always essential, even if that means, taking an extra bullet or two or sacrificing distance. And I really don't know anymore, because obviously, like I said, the AK, I won't use it again unless I'm using the holographic. It really won me over that quickly. And I don't know. It's this is a really good gun, but just, I'd never, to be completely honest, even though I'm putting them up, I'd probably never use the red dot sight for this gun or any other attachment besides the silencer and the holographic. But, I have to put those up for other guns, for example, such as like the P90. My favorite sight on that's the red dot sight. And though it might not be a good or even effective sight on another gun, like this one for instance, I still need to put them up because it's good for another gun. But yeah, so basically I think the whole object of doing this is I know I have a silenced weapon in the AK that's got a little bit of recoil on it, and it's not the best at distance. You've got to really watch how you burst fire it. So I try to stick to the inside of the buildings through most of this. I don't try across the map shooting, down the alleyway shootings, or anything like that. I try to, I guess, necessarily spawn trap them, stick to the insides where I've got the advantage. Because like I said, with the silencer on this bad boy, it's all close combat. And as you can tell, I'm locking it down in these buildings, and I'm, getting owned a few times, but it's part of the risk in doing some of these things. And yeah, just a couple things I want to throw out there real quick. A new guy has just come out, not a new guy, but a really good friend of mine has remade another channel. You guys may have heard of him before. He's got more subs than me. He's a cool guy. He's one of the few guys that I actually think is a genuine guy on YouTube. And his name was, he's the artist formerly known as Pros Don't Talk Shit, aka Jordan, aka my baby's daddy. He's now Captain Sparkles. So if you guys have made it to this far in this game, I'll give him another shout out in my next video. But I really like this guy a lot, so I want you guys to go hit up his channel and tell him I sent you. And he just had to remake it for certain reasons if you want to. But go check him out. I'll link his thing in the description, and I don't think I should be, giving him a shout out in this series, but the simple fact that, he needs help, and he helped me when I had my, channel hacked and everything like that. I'm not, it's not necessarily because I'm indebted to him, it's just he's really a good guy, and there are very few people that I know that I think are really good guys, and like Blade and him and Woody, and they're setting the standards for, you know, how to be, you know, really, really nice and at the same time, you know, be a great, you know, entertainer. So go check him out. It'll be in the description. And, you know, hit up his channel and tell him Pwnstar's sexier than you or something like that. Make it fun. and I'd greatly appreciate that because he's a good guy. But when this all wraps up here, it's almost over. And I know it's almost over because it's to the point where I'm playing crappier. And that's what happens. You know, I get in spurts in some of these games. You'll notice this where I'll get, you know, 40 kill streak and then get owned. So usually when I start playing crappier, it's because I'm trying to clutch in an extra few kills and, you know, hit that 100 kills or something like that. And I usually end up messing up too much, but that's one of my flaws, and we're not all perfect. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. The next video will be up within the next day or two. It will be the red dot site AK. So stay tuned for this, guys. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Get it.